What is up, guys? It is BT here once again, and for this video we're gonna work on a picture with a bit of compositing. So I thought it'd be good to show that. So the image I picked was this one right here, but I kind of want the Max cosplayer to be looking at the camera. I thought it'd be more interesting. It's a whole bunch of these pictures. So on this and that, both in one. So let's get started. So I'm going to pull them both into Photoshop. I've already done my raw adjustments for one of these. So I'm going to shift click, synchronize, hit OK. So it applies to both, as you can see. I'm going to open up both. Okay, give it a bit. My computer's a bit slower while I record these videos, so I guess I may have to get a hardware upgrade at some point. Alright, so this is a fairly, this should hopefully be a fairly basic composite. So I'm going to grab, first I look at which framing I prefer. I think I prefer this one. I like that space on the right. I think that looks okay. So, just gonna select all of that, paste it in here. Next thing I do is I lower the opacity on this one. And then I just want to match up the background. It doesn't have to be precise. It helps if you get it pretty close. People say that whenever you composite, you should be shooting with a tripod. That is true. But I don't. I don't like working with tripods. I have before, and I feel that, you know, you're literally too grounded when you use one. And because of that, it kind of, I don't know, messes up with my flow. So I prefer to just do things like this, and it works okay. Alright. So let's see if that background matches up. Yes, it does. That was easy enough. So now we're just going to mask it out. Alright. It's funny, there isn't much of a difference between those two. But, you know, the little differences count. Okay, so we're going to have to obviously crop it a little bit because of that lower area. Actually, I might keep that. So you're really blending two images together, and you look for, if there's any mismatched areas, you look for like lines. You mask there. Let's see what this looks like. So I'm trying to, what I'm doing here is I'm trying to spot errors. By errors I mean I'm trying to spot places where the blending is imperfect. Let me just double check here. So it's a bit softer around the hand, I think. Let me see. Oops. Yes, it is. Okay, so let's just go over that. Alright. A little bit more of that smoke. Not that head. Just the smoke. Okay. I think that's good. The background is warping a little bit here, but it's not a big deal. Ooh, I actually want this. I'm guessing there's like a traffic light there, like a red car. So let's get rid of that. Alright. And done. The photo is done. No, not quite. This is just the beginning. Okay, so we're going to crop it just to fix that area. Okay, I like that. Alright. Gonna do another final check. Because I merge layers, I have to do this. And that looks right to me. Okay. Let's merge that and save it. And let's get on with the rest of the process. So next up, just like in the last picture, I'm gonna clean the image up a bit. Just clean up that floor. There we go. I don't know how I feel about this area. In fact, I don't think I like it. So let me see if I can fill that in. Come on. Yeah. Good. Okay, I'm pretty happy with the rest. This is a bit of a problem, but I don't know if it's a big enough deal. Let's see. I could fill this in, but let me look at it. So I generally zoom out to kind of get a clearer picture of if something is a big enough distraction or not. And I think this isn't an issue, so I'm going to leave it in. Alright. Yeah, that's better. I think I got everything. Now, I don't know if that's a con thing. See, that's what you gotta watch out for sometimes. If you gotta watch out for wristbands or tags or whatever, but I don't think it's a con thing. I think that's just something the character wears. I should know. I've played the game. I've played Life is Strange, all 5 episodes. You know, the entire game, but I just don't remember. Usually, I'll look for reference, but just to keep this quick, I won't, and I may fix it after I finish recording. All right. So next, we're gonna go for just skin cleanup. Generally, what I do is I get rid of shadowy areas on the face completely, like I'm doing right now, and then I'll bring it back. I'll bring it back through masking. So just cleaning it up a little bit. Nothing too crazy here. Okay. Okay, I'll bring this area back. I need it, but like I said, I'm just getting rid of it for now. Okay. Okay, that looks good to me. So I'm pretty rough the way I work. I like to work quick. But I generally just try and, I guess, do things quick first, then I'll come back to it if there's any problems with an area that I've changed, since, you know, I can mask it back. Alright. I'm not sure what that is. Maybe I leaned on something a little too hard. Okay, get rid of this. Okay, let me put the clothing. I usually look for just scuffs or marks or something. You know, like this. I don't know what this is, but I don't think that should be there. Like that. Or this right here. See, I always edit my images for print. What that means is you gotta, things have to look good close up, you know? Otherwise, if you do ever have to print an image out for any reason, if you don't edit for print, if you just work zoomed out or whatever, just do a bit of a rough job, then you'll have to come back to it later. And you do not want to do that, trust me. I had to do it a while ago and it was horrible. Going back to my old photos. Okay. Let me soften this area a bit. Okay. I'll soften this as well. Again, you'll see that I'm going to mask some of this back. That's basically how I do faces. I go a bit too far first, and then I bring it back. Alright. So let's look at the before and after here, just so you can see what I've done. There you go. And here. Okay. So, let's mask this. Oh, I can actually close this. No. Okay. Just waiting for it to save. Okay. So, I grab a big brush, set the opacity nice and low, so I can blend things back and it will look natural. Okay. Like here, see I don't want to lose all of that. So I'm going to lose some of it. I don't know if you can hear me, but I'm clicking a lot. I'm just going click, 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 click. Okay. Bring some of that back. Okay. Okay. Pretty happy with that. Next is liquefy. So for people that do retouch, when you do liquefy, see I think it's perfectly fine. But if you use it, you have to make sure they still look like them. You know, so just small changes here and there. You can even change the expression slightly. You know, which is something I often do by changing the eyebrows a little bit or something like that. Okay. Let's bring that up a little bit. Just going to freeze this area up here, because I just want to bring the jaw in just slightly. Okay. I hit Ctrl Z a lot, my hands on it a lot. Sometimes I want to just go back a little. Okay. Let's see. So a slight change in the expression can sometimes make a difference. I just noticed something else I want to do. Okay. I don't like these hairs up here. This might be a little tricky though, because the area is a little bit complex. So always at first try content aware. As you can see, it sort of gets the job done, but you sometimes lose texture. So let's bring some of that texture back. There we go. Ooh, is that a hair? That is a hair. Huh. How did it get over there? Alright, well that's gone. This is okay. You know, little imperfections are okay, I think. I just look for bright spots, so maybe I'll try and get rid of this. Let's see. Yeah. And now I gotta get rid of this too. And this one. So when you use patch tool, you just want to match the flow of the pattern or whatever. Otherwise, it's gonna look weird. See, now I'm going down a bad path. That's fine. Ooh, actually, should I get rid of this one too? No, that's okay. Getting a little crazy there. Damn, I want to get rid of this though. Okay. So I'll show you a little trick here that I use. So that doesn't work, right? So sometimes for stray hairs, I'll clone tool into the area pretty hard. Like so. Yeah. And get the good friend masking body out. And we'll just mask this back. And get rid of this little bit of hair. Like so. There we go. We'll be able to tell the difference. Okay, so let's look at that real quick. Anytime I make any kind of changes, I just hit before and after real quick. Yeah, just to make sure I didn't mess anything up. Alright, so next up we've got dodge and burn, just like last time. I always go to the eyes first. I like eyes, I don't know why. So I look for areas where there's light, and I enhance it. Because if you put light where there was no light, it looks weird. So here's a little bit here, it's hard to tell, but it's there. There's a little bit more here, a little bit up here. And then it's in the upper area of the eyeball. Okay. Here it's kind of in the bottom. But it's quite dim here, so we're not gonna push that too far. Okay. Kind of want that to be a little bit brighter, that area there. Okay. That's good. Now we're gonna burn. So I mainly do dodge and burn just to bring out detail in the eyes. You can also use it to retouch skin, but again, this is another shot that's far away. And for skin retouching, if it's like closer, I use either patch tool or sometimes frequency separation. But you can use dodge and burn, which is done by some professionals that do editing, retouching for glamour magazines. I don't know if it's really used anymore. It used to be how it was done. Okay. So, it's a little heavy, so I gotta turn that down a little bit. Let's look by how much we will turn it down. So max. Okay. Just about there. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. Alright. Now, one of my favorite parts. The color grading. I have a little hotkey for my little add-on, which I use for color grading, ColorFX Pro 4. First I'll look at some of the custom presets that I've made. So these are not made by people, these are made by me. And I kind of look at a good base. I quite like this, I think this suits Life is Strange quite well. It's kind of muted tone. But I will regenerate it for every single picture. So let's see. I think we do want to bring them out a little bit more. So I'll put it in between them. right in that. Make the center a bit larger. Don't want the border that dark, that's a bit crazy. So we'll go about there. Okay. This is why I think this is great. It has so much, this app has so much flexibility. Or this extension add-on, I guess. Put in some more. Let's see if we need that. Ooh. I like the way the blue pops on the road with this. We can exaggerate it. Let's see. Get rid of it on the skin tone, obviously, because we don't want them to look really orange. Okay. Yeah, so you can select certain areas which share the same color value, and you can choose to not apply certain changes there. It's fairly easy to use. Okay, the hair is a bit crazy too, so we're not going to apply it there. Alright, let's see. The cold look looks okay. Okay. Right about there. Okay. Probably want to turn on the brightness a bit. So I'm going for this look because it matches the game quite well. The game sort of has these real muted tones, you know? Sometimes I like to kind of match the source material a little bit. Not always, obviously. But when you can and it looks good, why not? Let's bring like those blues. Okay. Make it a little bit colder. Okay. A lot of tweaking going on here. That's what color grading is about. You gotta be careful. Because I feel that this really determines a lot of the look and feel of a picture. Okay, I think it's a bit too saturated. Okay, we're gonna go with about that. I'm gonna save this. I may use it for the rest of the set. Okay. Alright, is it okay? Oh man, I'm really thirsty, but I don't want to get a drink and have to cut this video or edit it. Okay. So that's looking kind of interesting. Let's tone that down a little bit. I think it's a bit heavy. Again, I'm going to just zoom out a little bit. Okay. About there. So I'm going for about 70%. Let's look at that. That's nice. Okay. And now I'm going to do just the standard color grading through Photoshop, which is also where I make my lights glow sometimes. So I'm going to see if that works on these lights in the back here. Again, a lot of what editing is about trying things. You know? If you don't try, then you won't know what works. Okay. Well, that's a bit ridiculous, so let's let's go with a lower opacity. Maybe just a little bit, you know? Just a little bit. Let's make this glow a bit smaller. Even smaller. Then really big, because... Okay, well no, that didn't work. And maybe we could go for kind of like a blue glow here. Let me see. Kind of like a... Yeah, like that color. I don't know what the name of this color is. Just light, you know? Just a little bit. Okay. I'm going to mask this, because I think I went a bit crazy with some of this. Okay. Sound like some of the cast on her head. I think it's a bit heavy down here. Okay. Alright, let's look at that. That's okay. Now, let's hit up curves. And again, just playing around with this, seeing where I want the values. Okay. Okay, that's not quite necessary. I don't know if I should warm it up just a little. Yeah, just a little bit. Right there. Let me try something here. Kind of want like a greenish, slightly green haze in the background. Maybe a bit yellow. Let's see what that looks like. Let's bring that up a bit because I can't see what I'm doing at the moment. There we go. Okay. Okay. How's this? That's okay. Alright. Now just the general brightness and contrast. I feel I shouldn't push this too hard because then I'll lose that sort of Life is Strange vibe. I don't really want that. Ooh. Ooh, that's okay. Kind of pushing that down. I normally don't do that, but it works here. Okay. That looks pretty cool. Alright. Let me try one final thing. This is something I do sometimes, where I push up the blacks and I lower the highlights, and then I will mask again. Big surprise. Just to kind of let them help my subject stand out a bit. I don't always apply this, but I usually, with a background like this where there's a lot happening, I will usually attempt it and see if it helps the image or not. Okay. So let's have a look. I think a little bit of it helps for sure. About there. Let me see. Just put this there. Okay. I think I'm about done. So, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all next time.